Namaskaram. Welcome to an interesting episode of our series Mother Earth Speaks to Corporates. This is the first step in Sri Andal's getting friendly with the inner circle of Lord Krishna. So let us hear a beautiful singing from Vimala Srinivasan and then proceed with our detailing.
அம்பரமிட்டணீரே சோரே அரோசியோ அம்பரமிட்டணீரே சோரே அரோசியோ எம்பெருமான் நந்தகோபால எழுந்திராய் அம்பரமிட்டணீரே சோரே அரோசியோ எம்பெருமான் நந்தகோபால எழுந்திராய் கொம்பனார்க்கு எல்லாம் கொழுந்தே குலவிளக்கே கொம்பனார்க்கு எல்லாம் கொழுந்தே குலவிளக்கே இவ்விருமாட்டி யசோதாய் அறிவுராய் கொம்பனார்க்கு எல்லாம் கொழுந்தே குலவிளக்கே எம்பெருமாட்டி யசோதாய் அறிவுராய் அம்பரம் ஊடறுத்து ஓங்கி உலகளந்த அம்பரம் ஊடறுத்து ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உம்பகோமானே உறங்காது எழுந்திராய் செம்போர் கடலடி செல்வா பலதேவா செம்போர் கடலடி செல்வா பலதேவா உம்பியோ நீயோ செம்போர் கடலடி செல்வா பலதேவா உம்பியும் நீயோ
So, well, that was a beautiful Kalyani, Ambarameta Niresu Aram Siyam, sung by Vimala Srinivasan. Thanks, madam. Beautiful raga, Kalyani. This is the 65th raga in the Malakarta table. Not a derivative, original raga. It's a Sampurna raga. It is Kalyani. Kalyani means who creates auspicious things. That's what is the meaning of Kalyani. This raga also is an elaborate raga. So, sky is the limit for the variations, the imaginations, etc. etc. And always at a high notes. So, it gives a lot of energy. This pasuram also is with a lot of high value points that we can pick up. So, it is very appropriate that the raga fits very well in the scheme verse. In this verse, after obtaining the permission from the gatekeepers, Sri Andal and team enter the palace. So then they see all important people sleeping there. They are in the process of waking them up one by one. So the first one that they sight is Nandagopala, the father of Lord Krishna. So then Yasoda is sleeping, then Lord Krishna himself, then Balarama. The four people are sleeping. These four people are being woken up. So the first three words completes almost everything that we would like to know out of this verse, out of Pavai, out of everything. That's why I said it's a very interesting episode. The important things, Trinity. When we talk of three, it is about Trinity. Trinity itself is a very powerful one. You can see Trinity in everywhere and anything. It's a very powerful one. Here, the first three words that she is using is Ambrame, Tannire, Sore, Aram Seyum. And then continues Embirman in Nandagopala in July. Ambrame means the dress, the cloth. So she talks of the cloth that is very essential for us to be covered and protected. The second one is Tannire, water, which is the substance for our sustenance, living. Very important thing in life. The third one is food, which allows us to grow. These three things are very, very important. Aram Seyum. Aram Seyum means someone is giving all these items to us for us to get protected, for us to live and sustain, and also grow. Here, Aram Seyum means he is giving it in as a gift or a charity. But it also can be looked at in a different form. All these things will not be provided by everyone all the time. So we'll have to earn it. So these people, Aram Sayyum, also can be considered as people who are giving an opportunity for us to earn the food, the water, the dress, etc., which are most important. Other items are there like staying place, residence, other luxuries, etc., but these are the basic three things. So this also can be considered as an opportunity given by the organization for me to earn all these items. See, Andal is a Vaishnavite. So Vaishnavite scholars use a lot of philosophy of the particular lineage. In the process, for these first three lines, they talk of the very important thing in Vaishnavite Sampradayam is about three secrets. They call it as a Rahasya Triya. There are three Rahasyas. We are not going to get into the depth of all those Rahasyas, etc. The point is only a reference as to how we can connect it and learn out of this. Out of the three Rahasyas, the first Rahasya is called Tirumandaram, which also has three words. Very interesting connection. The first word represents a status of a person being a servant to the Lord, Narayan. The second word indicates that he is a servant only to Narayana and no one else. And the third word represents the service that he has to give it to the Lord, the service he has to do for the Lord. Very beautifully connecting. And it also connects to our current context. The first one, which is being servant to the Lord Narayan. So we are not getting into those kind of a thing, but we can connect to the organization or the corporation there where we work. The first word of the secret is about the belongingness. I belong to this organization because this is the organization which is giving me an opportunity to earn all the three things that we mentioned earlier. The second one is I belong only to this organization and no other organization. That is about the loyalty. There are quite a number of people join a company and retire from the company at a very, very high post. I know a few people personally who have joined at a lowest level, which is a first line, a trainee level, and they have reached the scale of the managing director of the organizations. So there are quite a number of people who have done that. So that is about the loyalty. The third one is, since this is my organization, I belong to this place and I am very loyal to this, I will give my best. The third secret is, I will give the best to the organization in whatever capacity that I can give. So, as I said, the three words are giving so much of power that we can think of. In fact, if you look at the organization, our life runs because of the organization's opportunity that has been given to us. So, in many of my training sessions, I keep telling my kitchen is run by the organization in which where I am working. If I am not working there, it is not my kitchen is not going to run. And we are talking about only one organization, so I will restrict the discussion to the one organization. The other trinity that we can connect to some extent is since we are looking at the organizational context is the power of frontline. Here also the power of frontline is Andal and her team. They are the frontliners. The second one is the purpose of their mission, the day-to-day activity. So we have gone through the last 16 episodes, each episode representing a day, and every day they are doing something or other to reach the mission. The purpose of the daily activity is the second cigarette. The third one is what is the benefit that will come out of the daily work and the frontline power. They are going to get the final salvation that they are looking for. So, in organization also we will get our salvation of meeting our targets, etc., etc., etc. The first line itself is three word themselves present so much for us to learn. The second one, every line has got some kind of a learning that it gives. So Nandagawala has been woken up now. Now she is wanting to wake up Yashoda, the mother of Lord Krishna. கொம்புனார்க்கெல்லாம் கொழுந்தே குலவிளக்கே எம்பெருமாட்டி யசோதாய் அறிவுராய். Yashoda is praised, saying that you are a beautiful lady and very sensitive lady. So whenever there is some kind of a trouble in the ladies of the clan, it shows in your face. You are so sensitive and you are able to find some solutions for their problems. So that is the one. So if you actually see the scenario, I'm slightly jumping also, but it's worthwhile. The scenario is Nandagopala is sleeping, then Yashoda is sleeping, then Krishna is sleeping, then Balrama is sleeping. So Yashoda is in between the husband and her son, which also brings about the concept of the mother. Mother is being the central point. She is always the person who is connecting the husband and also the son or the children. She has to do her duty to her husband. At the same time, she has to take care of the children also. She has a dual role and she has to do it quite well. And most of the mothers do excellently well in this aspect. And that's why the mother is considered to be one of the central theme in the pivotal part in the life of any family. If you actually see, mother is the link. Whenever we want something to be obtained from the father, we don't approach him directly. No, we always go through the mother. Very important things we always go through the mother. So the mother recommends to the father, saying the son is asking, the children are asking, please grant. So that's how the family system works, which also is the principle of this Vaishnava Sampradaya, where the Lakshmi has the power of recommending, and the Lord will give the final decision. So that's why the practice of the Vaishnavis also is when they go to the temple, first they go to the Acharya and then to the Lakshmi and then only to the main deity, the Lord Narayan. So that is accepted kind of a thing because a mother is a central theme of every family. Actually, if you look at the mother, when she speaks to the children, she will speak the language of the father. Because father is saying whatever father is saying, it is for the good of the children. Please listen to him. So whenever she talks to the husband, she will speak the language of the children because she has to represent the children's mind to the husband. So it's a beautiful role that she plays, and That's why the mother is the first one that they refer, the supreme one. And when it comes from the mother earth itself, it has got an added value to that. When you look at the management side, again a trinity, again connecting to the mother. Broadly, if you look at it, any organization as the top management, front line. In between there is a middle management. The middle management role is like the mother's role. So when the middle management has to speak to the top management, they have to represent the frontliners and speak their language. When they speak to the front line, they'll have to speak the management language, their mission, explain them what is the requirement, etc., etc. She has to explain. So it beautifully connects the middle management position likened to the mother's position in the family. Though people say we are sandwiched between the two, it's a struggle, but it is the most important, most critical part of the entire organization. So we had connected a lot of things, the trinity, which is flowing in all the verse, through the verse, is a very powerful one. And now, after having woken up Yasoda, now she comes to Lord Krishna. Because as the sequence is like that, so she comes to Krishna, the team comes to Krishna and they wake him up. Again, they talk about Krishna's valor, they praise him. We saw in the third verse, Vongi Ulagalanda. So that means you have stretched to meet a commitment to the Lord of Devas. That is a stretching. So here also they talk of Ambaram Uda Aruthu. Ambaram here in this line is Ambaram is the sky. So PS in the sky, you are able to reach the next world and measure it also in your 3 steps. So Ambaram Udarthu Ongi Ulagalande. Again connects to the stretch. But here the important point is Krishna is not waking up. While the other people, Yasoda has woken up, Nandagopala has woken up, Krishna is not waking up. They are wondering why this person is not awake, Lord Krishna is not waking up, in spite of we praising him, etc., etc., etc. Then he indicates, you are missing the protocol. I have the elder person, Balrama, sleeping next to me. It is your duty to first wake him up and then only you can wake me up. That's a protocol. Then they realize their mistake and then say, Sembula Paladeva, Umbim Nium Urangelu Empower. So then they say, so it's our mistake, we have not followed the protocol. Now let us invoke Balrama and wake him up. And there also they praise. Balrama is wearing a golden anklet as a reward for some of the valor that he has shown in his previous days. So they refer that and wake him up also. So the protocol also is brought in here. If you look at the entire verse, the 3 words, the trinity in various aspects of the verse is showing the power of what we can learn out of this verse as well as Tripavai. I'm sure you were able to get a lot of insights from this and directly connecting to philosophical, personal as well as corporate life of all of us. So we'll meet tomorrow for our next episode. Till then, Namaskaram. Please look at the slide and pause it for a few seconds so that you can read the 7 important points that I have listed out of this verse. So we'll meet tomorrow. Namaskaram.